once again out here with the horses while we fill a water trough. I just moved them through some fresh grass, and yeah, they still have their bale of hay from a couple days ago. Didn't take them long to eat about half of that bale of hay. A couple of days was all. But I'm gonna hang out with them for a little bit. Gotta let that water fill up. I know I could just walk away, let it fill up, and come check on it in 45 minutes, and it'd be overflowing. But then I wouldn't, if I did that, y'all wouldn't get to sit here and hang out with the horses. So yeah, they like having some fresh grass, and yeah, even though they've got that hay, they still like the grass better. But who wouldn't, right? Fresh food versus dried food. Yeah, fresh food's better. The other benefit I get out of hanging out on the live with the horses is I'm out here in the heat, sweat a little bit, that's good for you, and I get a little bit more accustomed to the heat rather than just if I were to just turn the water on and walk away and go back inside for an hour. Yeah, I wouldn't be out here getting more used to this heat. So good for me, good for the horses, and I'll let y'all hang out with them. Yes. Like I said, today I just moved them to this fresh grass and refilling their water. I'm gonna have to let it overflow a little bit and get the stuff off the top of it. But, yeah. Eventually I'll see the trees behind them. There's a little bit of a road between this patch of grass and those trees, but eventually I want to get the horses back towards those trees. Preferably before the middle of July, just moving them a little bit every day and letting them eat the grass down in a path all the way there. And if I can get them back towards those trees, then they can have the shade. I got a gnat just buzzing my face. Daisy, are you enjoying that grass? She's got a fly on her shoulder that was just sitting there, and she kept shaking to try to get it off of her shoulder, and it just stayed. And that's why she basically rubbed her shoulder with her head just to get rid of the fly. Now the horses don't have nearly as many flies on them as the steer does. We got a Jersey steer calf, and he is always, well, I don't know if he's a calf anymore. Last year he was a calf, this year he's just a steer, whatever. But he is covered in flies compared to the horses. You're just shaking those flies off of you. Yeah. Hello. See, somebody said hi. I'm sorry. The glare on the phone so bad I can't read the name. Daisy. Good girl. What? You trying to smell the phone? Yeah. Wondering what I'm doing standing here, huh? What? Give me a scratch behind your ears. No. You probably want this off, don't you? You don't need this right now. Okay. Gotta keep your head over here if you want me to take... Hey. There you go. No more halter. I'm gonna have to walk over to the horse trailer and put this in the little tack room there. Oh, sorry about the camera. I dropped the phone. I see a couple more people said hi. Hello, everybody. Sorry, the glare on the screen is so bad I can't read the names, but thank you for saying hi. And how are you? How's your day going? Daisy, you just want more attention. Well, I gotta go put the halter away and get the water turned off because it's overflowing. I'm gonna keep the live going while I do that, and I'll come back and pull the hose out in a second. Actually, I'm just gonna move the hose over here to the pumpkin patch. Run there for a minute while I gotta walk over here to the garden and turn that one on, and then walk back towards the well and turn the one off that I just dropped at the pumpkin patch. There's the garden over here, kind of overgrown with weeds because I haven't been weeding it very well. It seems like since it got overgrown with weeds, the chickens haven't been tearing it up as bad. So. Anyways. Yeah. There's the little dog. And right here, put the halter in here. Yeah, that thing's a bit of a pain to close. All right. The display doesn't really show up on the screen, but it's sitting at 52.5 volts. If we switch, it shows 2,760 something RPM, so it's fluctuating a little bit. That's the controller for the well, which is right there for the well pump anyways. This is the hose that we were just watering the horses with. It's going over right now on the pumpkin patch. That one's off. I already turned the one for the garden on. said a minute ago. Here's the garden. Way overgrown with weeds. But still producing a lot of cucumbers. Where's the end of the hose? Goes that way, comes back this way. Ah, it's sitting right here where the watermelons are. And this is a pile of stuff I cleaned out of the chicken coop. And then I threw some watermelon seeds in it. And I haven't noticed if it's setting any fruit yet, but it's had a few flowers on it. It's got a flower towards that end, one right here. Yeah, we'll see. I had potatoes and pumpkins in here. Pulled the potatoes and put some more these things right here. Oh, squash bugs, huh? No, oh wow, a bunch of squash bug seeds. I don't want those in here. Smash them. Holy crap, and a whole bunch of baby squash bugs that just hatched. All over the bottom of that. I think I'm just gonna take that leaf and get rid of it somewhere. Yeah. Ways away from the garden anyways. Throw it over there. I smashed a whole bunch of squash bugs right there. Smashed them to their eggs and yeah. Oh, that's too full. Too much water in there now. Alright. This is butternut squash in this small garden bed. Oh, there's a squash bug right there too. Right there. Smash that one. Oh, there's another one. Oh, where'd it go? A couple of them. Smash that one. Rinse it off my hands. Another one there. Another one there. Oh wow, there's a bunch of them down here. They have been every year. Last year we didn't get any winter squash at all because the squash bugs ended up basically killing all of the squash plants before they could produce any winter squash. That was as far as pumpkin or butternut. We did get a bunch of zucchini, and I figured, the squash bugs all showed up on the zucchini and killed them, and then went through and killed all the winter squash. And so this year I didn't plant zucchini over here. I planted it a long ways away from here, figuring maybe the squash bugs would be attracted somewhere else. I'm now thinking it's just this spot. So maybe next year I'll do all the zucchini over here, and I'll keep the pumpkin and butternut quite a ways away from here. Welcome. Sorry, the glare on the phone is so bad I can't hardly read the comments. I see there is one. Let me try to. Oh, from South Africa, also love planting veggies in the garden. Awesome. So this garden bed here is primarily cucumbers, and we've done pretty well with the cucumbers. There was a YouTube shorts that went live on our channel today that shows the cucumber harvest from yesterday here. Yeah, I harvested 19 cucumbers out of this one garden bed yesterday. And so this one has been doing the best, but it was one that didn't start off real well because the chickens got in here and tore up the seeds. I replanted this one 6 times, and the 6th time I planted it was cucumbers, and I planted beans all along the center trellis. I got 1 bean plant in there. Yeah, planted cucumbers along the center, and they ended up getting spread all over, but not eaten so bad. And I planted melons first in here, cantaloupe melons, and I have seen at least 1 melon plant in here. It looks very similar to the cucumbers, but it's definitely growing a different, growing a melon on it, not a cucumber. So we might get a couple melons out of this garden bed once a little later in the season. Yeah, I don't think I need to water too heavily here because, and this is a hugelkultur mound, and it did rain a couple days ago, so just give it some water, keep it growing. There's that steer I mentioned earlier. He just got flies all over him. He's a Jersey cross steer, and he just hangs out in there with the sheep. But yeah, this garden bed does not do, or has not done very as well. This one, this edge of the garden bed, closest to the shed and the dog food over there, has seemed to have been tore up worse than any of the other garden beds by the chickens. They just keep coming and digging holes in it and taking dirt baths right in the garden bed. I mean, they've got bunches of other spots they could do that all over the property, and if they dig up the garden bed. Doesn't make any sense, but oh well. And then they also come over to this one and eat all the tomatoes. I've only gotten, I mean, the gardens have produced probably 40 something tomatoes. That maybe 3 of them have ripened because the chickens have gotten the rest. So I just need to get it fenced with need to get the garden fenced so that the chickens can't get into it. Johnny, you want me to squirt some of those flies off of you? Oh, yeah, he walked away. Alright. Oh, I didn't water over here. I got this garden bed water still. Yeah, this one tomato plant has produced more than any of the others, and it's actually ripened a few that I've been able to harvest. But yeah, this was the one I did that video on where I showed the difference between suckering and not suckering. The others that I took the suckers off of have mostly died back. I've already had to pull 2 of them out that were completely dead. And that one that I was just showing you towards the end where I didn't sucker it, it's still growing strong and producing tomatoes. And maybe it's a different variety. I don't know. But I did get about 4 different varieties of tomatoes and planted them between a couple of garden beds. But yeah, this garden bed being a raised bed really requires more water, more frequent waterings. Yeah, I didn't water yesterday or the day before. Well, the day before I did in the morning, and then we had a big storm come through and it dumped a bunch of rain. And then yesterday it sprinkled quite a bit throughout the day, so I didn't water at all. And so I'm getting it watered now. Let's see how the mint is. Mint leaves. Smells good. Smells better than it tastes. I could see it being good in a salad or something, but yeah. Alright, well, I'm getting a call. I gotta end the live stream. But thanks everybody for hanging out. Basically have everything done out, all my chores done out here anyways, so just gotta finish watering this one garden bed, and then that's gonna be it. Again, thanks everybody for hanging out with me today.